Going live now. Welcome back to PCAN's live stream of interviews being conducted at the AIP Australasian Packaging Conference 2025 and beyond, with this interview being brought to you thanks to our friends at Ball & Doggett. Lindy, how are we doing today? What's up now?
Well, what we're up to now is I am now interviewing the third panelist that was part of the Women in Packaging session, and it was such a successful session. Azadeh, did you enjoy? First of all, let me go back a step. This is Azadeh Yousefi, and she is a structural packaging designer at a company called Production Packaging Innovations. Got that? Okay. So Azadeh was one of the people on the panel, and what we all had in common on the panel was that we are all migrants. And Azadeh has come from Iran, and she was telling us about her journey here and the difference that she found in the workplace from where she came to here. And I'd like you to share that with the audience now, Azadeh.
Yeah. As you said, I'm Azadeh. I'm from Iran, and I want to say hello to your audience. Yeah, I came from Iran, and this was a wonderful session. And everybody really, I don't know why, everybody really likes it. After the session, many people come to me and ask me, "Oh, we had the same issue. We are all migrants. We have the same issue." And whatever you said, it was our problem as well. And your talk was really inspiring. And can you give us some tips? What can we do? You have so much positive energy. You look like a fighter. So what can we do? So this panel was a wonderful panel for sharing the information, what we had, what we went through, and could help other people who wants to went through the same journey. Yep. I really loved it.
So one of the things you spoke about was that where you came from in Iran, you could not be employed in industry.
Yes.
So describe the difference for when you came here in Australia.
Yeah, let me tell you the story. After I did my bachelor, I had internship. So I find a relation and find a position in a factory, actually in a company with the production line. So I said, oh, good. I'm industrial designer. My background actually is industrial design. So I should see what is the production like. So I went to the factory for the first day. What I faced, it was a room and a computer. They told me, okay, this is your room, this is your computer, sit here and do research. And you should not go to the factory. It's not a proper place for women. I said, what is different? I can stay in the library and do the same research. I want to see the production line. So I spent 3 months in the room with a computer doing some research. But when I came here, so it's completely male-oriented. And the system in my country wants women not to be active in the society. Although they are educated, they're really capable, they cannot do these things. We have many limitations. I think you all heard about the new things happening in Iran about women life freedom. We all fight for our freedom. And when I came here, I see different culture, completely different culture comparing to my country. So I started working in a company with production line that I can spend many times in the factory watching what's happened, how my design can be produced and go to the market. So I can see this magic every day. So my actually room is a design studio, have a door, secret door actually, that open to a magic place. You can see all the magic happen, or folding, creasing by the machines that I couldn't be able to see this in my own country. And this is wonderful for me as a woman here who can do whatever, likes. This was my dream, to be in industry. And although I really like teaching that I used to do, but I think if I understand completely what is the industry, how it works, then I can share it with and other people can understand it better when I just tell them, what's happening there. But when I just read the book and just explain them from the book, I cannot share exactly what I want. So this is the difference that we have.
Well, I think you're really lucky also that you've landed at a company that supports you. You mentioned that it's an all-male company and you are the only female.
Yes, I'm the only female. At first, it was really scary because no other woman in this company. So yeah, when I came, I said, oh, again, this company, this country is even male dominated, has a male dominated industry. But little by little, I found out that it's not that. You cannot believe I forget about my gender. Really, this is from my heart. I forget about I'm a woman there. So I'm one of them. I feel I'm one of them, and I'm part of the team. So when I start there, I had I didn't want to go to the factory. So my senior just took me. You should watch it. I said, really? Can I go there? So for the first week, it was really hard for me. But now I just find a time to jump into the factory and see what's happening there. And I get a lot from the factory. You cannot believe. I'm a designer. I can be creative, but it's not enough for a designer to be creative. You should know what is manufacturing. You should design for the manufacturing.
So one of the other things that you mentioned was that you came from a culture where there's a blame culture and you can't make a mistake.
Yes.
What was the difference here?
Yeah. See, in Iran, when you make mistake, actually, you want to find a way to put the blame on others, or you just hide it as a mistake, or everybody just blame you for the mistake. But here is completely different. So the first week I started working at PPI, I made a mistake. I sent a product, a packaging to the customer with the wrong grade board, the corrugated board, and then the customer come back. What is this? So it was actually it wasn't good for the factory. I scared a lot. So what will happen? What they say? And I was completely new. It's just a week. So my employer just came and said, it's not an issue. Make another one out of the right board and send it to them. It's okay. It is part of your learning curve. It's important that you now learn and you don't repeat your mistake. We all make mistakes. This is happen in the production, and it's not a big issue.
That must have been a tremendous relief to you.
Yeah, I feel really like, oh God, this is a really new word. So when you just because see exactly the opposite, not a minor difference. It's exactly the opposite. You can find yourself in a place that help you, support you to grow. But in my country, they stop you. When you work better, they want to put more barrier in front of you, especially when you're a woman. Oh, this woman should not grow. She is working too hard. So it's better to limit her, to stop her in some way. Yep.
So one of the questions that came from the audience, which I felt you answered really, really well, was around women standing up for themselves. Tell me what you meant by what women should be doing to progress themselves.
Yeah, because many times we complain that, okay, we apply for a job, they didn't give us the job because we are women. We apply that because we are emotional. We apply that because I don't think this is like that. As I told you, I'm working in a company that I'm the only woman. And in that company, we advertise for different positions. Not a single woman applied. Or somebody came for the interview, but didn't decide to come. And all the time I tell my employer, Carl, that I'm alone here. I try my best. No one come and wants to work here. So I think we as women, we should change our mind. We can fight for what we want. We can convince the employers. Even there was another question. The woman asked, they thought we are emotional. I'm emotional. I like to be emotional, but I don't make emotional decision. This is important.
Yes.
So when I have emotion, okay, all of us have emotion.
Yes.
So I look at the problem from different angle that a man cannot look at it like that. So when you have different view for one problem, you can find a better solution, more practical solution. So my employer should know if I have a voice in my company and as well as other men, then we can find a better solution, because I look at it from different angle. They look at it from other angles, so we can come up with a better solution.
Well, thank you, Azadeh, for joining me today, for sharing your voice so very clearly. And I'm really pleased to have had you on the panel, and I look forward to following your career progression.
Thank you so much, Lindy. Thank you for your support and help.
Well, thank you, Azadeh. Thank you, Lindy. And of course, thanks to the people who have tuned into this PKN interview conducted at the AIP Conference 2025 and beyond. We'll be back shortly with another informative discussion, probably maybe after lunch when it calms down out here again. But
Might be sooner than that, brother.
Oh,
Might be sooner.
Lindy's got another one lined up. Okay. And of course, all of these interviews from this session have been brought to you by Ball and Doggett. We wouldn't be here without their assistance. So thanks for tuning in. We'll be back shortly.